Welcome back to Stardew Valley. We are in episode 7. We are starting on a Friday, and as you can see on the bottom left here, our copper pickaxe is ready. So, upgrade complete. Um, and in weather, it's clear and sunny tomorrow with a chance of an egg festival. So, that's on the agenda for tomorrow. On the agenda for today, it's raining, so that's gonna force us to not have to water crops, which is good. We got to be at the egg festival tomorrow between 9 and 2. So that's pretty much the only thing we have to make sure of in terms of managing our time tomorrow. Now today, since it's raining, like I said, we don't have to water the crops, and we don't have that many anyway because we're waiting to get our strawberries. But we do need to go to Clint's to get our pickaxe. While we're there, we will have him open our 2 frozen geodes and hopefully get something cool from that. We might get some stuff to donate to the museum and possibly get a reward from there. But for now, we're just going to do a little bit of tidying up, and then we need to get to the traveling cart today because it is Friday. And then we'll do our typical foraging around town. And then we might have time to go fishing or mining a little bit, but I don't know for sure because one thing we need to do is get some more fish caught for energy to go deeper in the mines. So we need to probably do some fishing for that reason, and then also since it's raining today, we will try and go to the ocean and catch an eel. Now it's not available until after 4 p.m. So they are apparently, what's the word for animals that sleep during the day? Can't remember. But they probably sleep during the day, then come out at night, and that's when we will snatch 2 of them, hopefully. 1 for the community center, and 1 for us to just save in our tackle box. So, we do have a little bit of time to kill here, and not a, massive list of critical things that we got to get done today. So, we'll swing down around the long way here and then go up to the traveling cart and see if they got anything good. So, what else is on the list of things to chat about? Let's see what we got here. We could buy the lobster, but the only reason we'd be buying it would be to complete the community bundle early, which we don't really need to do. Now this rare seed, however, we are going to buy. I know it's $1,000, which is a lot of money and cuts into our strawberry budget, but rare seeds produce sweet gem berries. You can only plant them in the fall. But the sweet gem berry is, I think, so it costs us $1,000, and I think they sell for $3,000. So it's a good return on investment. And then also you can give one to the Buddha statue in the Forbidden Forest or the Hidden Forest, and he gives you a star fruit, I think it's called. I can't remember exactly, but he gives you this thing that you eat, and then you have more energy permanently. Like your bar is bigger. So you start the day with like 300 energy instead of 270, for example. So that's the reason why rare seeds are fairly valuable. Anyway, sorry, I got a text and I'm kind of distracted at the moment. So bear with me here. Ooh, the old mariner. So that guy will sell you an amulet that you can use to propose to your girlfriend whenever you have a strong enough relationship. We are not to that point yet, so nothing to do with him. Now we're going to go to Clint's and get these, well, pick up our pickaxe and then get those geodes cracked open. So we'll see how that goes. What else? I guess after that we are going fishing. So, alright, let's see what we get with these geodes. That's a good one, because we can donate that at the museum, and we can also donate that one at the museum. So that was a good result there. Hello, Penny. She's gonna go inside. She just wanted a quiet moment. Alright, see if we get a reward here. Nope. Nope. Alright, not a big deal. I think the next few rewards are things that you don't really get much use out of, like decorations or whatever. So anyway, we'll find those out as we go. But for now, we are heading northward. We'll do some fishing, and then we'll probably need to swing back by the farm before we go to the beach, because our inventory will probably be full. So then, in terms of what's going on tomorrow, so the Egg Festival is pretty easy to win, honestly. You know what, we'll talk about that later. In fact, I already talked about it earlier, I think. So this brings us to the point in the episode where I don't have a whole lot else to talk about, and we're just fishing. So actually, one thing we're going to do here, I'll show you. We're moving our inventory to the bottom row. I think you can press tab to shuffle through your rows of your inventory, but the reason we did that is I like to be able to see how many spaces I have left in my inventory. And then also, when you're catching fish and you're putting them on that top row, you can see what you've caught. So it'll stack up, and you'll see the type of fish and the qualities and so on and so forth. So anyway, I was saying, we are now at the point in the episode where I'm kind of out of stuff to talk about. So that brings us to the fun fact of the day, which today is going to be the term "hold your horses." Comes from the point in time where horses were used to haul around artillery, because it's heavy stuff, cannons and gunpowder and cannonballs. So they would pull that stuff around, and then when they got to a battlefield, they would unhitch all that stuff and kind of get it into position. But then the horses would still be, relatively close by. And so when they were going to fire the cannons, the artillery squad would yell, "Hold your horses!" And it was somebody's job to actually hold on to the horse so that when the cannon fired, often that loud noise would spook the horses. So somebody would be holding on to them to make sure they didn't run away. So I don't know whose job it would be to do that task, but I don't want to be the guy that's in charge of holding on to a horse that is deathly afraid and trying to run away. But anyway, that is where that term comes from, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is your fun fact / history lesson for today. Now, there are some bubbles way down there that we can't reach, but it's not a big deal. So I think this might be our last cast here, because this will get us close to a full inventory, and it's pushing 3 o'clock. It'll take us probably an hour or more just to get back to the farm and then down to the beach, which we're going to have to do because we got to drop some stuff off now. So, yep, here we go. Got a geode with that chest. Not quite as good of an item as I would have hoped for, but anyway. Alright, we got a couple of horseradishes. And I think we got several leeks the other day. I know we've got daffodils, and I think we have a dandelion or two. So we might be able to make a batch of wild seeds and sell those, and that'll help cut into our the deficit that we are dealing with today because we spent money on the rare seed. So we'll get this stuff in here. We got to save the carp. What else can go in here? That newspaper can go in there, dummy. and the twig. So the reason we save those things that you would think of as junk is eventually you can get a recycle bin, and you pop those things in there, and they spit out resources. And they're not super valuable, but it's better than just throwing it in the garbage and getting nothing for it. So it teaches us a valuable life lesson that we should recycle. You see a bunch of stuff there that I can now craft, so that's the list is expanding. We'll probably build some tappers. We'll try and build some bee houses. We'll need the tappers to be able to get the stuff to build the bee houses, but to do that first, we got to plant some trees. So I've got to remember to do that one of these days, because now we've cleared out enough space in our southern region of the farm that we should be able to plant those. So anyway. I think the rest of this stuff we're going to sell, so we should be ready to go down to the beach now. So let's, we're organized, we're ready to go, we're going to head to the beach. Come on, dude. There you go. So we'll go to the beach, hopefully catch our eels, and then the only thing that we'll have left to do today is burn through the remainder of our energy, and then it's egg festival time, baby. So we did okay on time. It's just about 4 o'clock now, and that's when the eel becomes available for snatching. So hopefully we can catch at least 1 or 2 without spending a bunch of time down here fishing, because quite frankly fishing does get a little bit old in my opinion. And so there. Anyway, we're going to head on down here, and I see some bubbles over there, which I did not see immediately upon arrival. I don't know that I can hit them, though, from where we are standing, at least on this part of the pier, so we would have to go all the way around to the other side, which I'm not going to do. But anyway, fish number 1 is not an eel. It is a sardine. And now we're going to try and hit those bubbles, but we can't because of the angle. So there's that. And then they disappear anyway. So that was a bust. And there goes Willie. Willie is heading into town. I think on Fridays he goes to the saloon after he gets off work. So he's going to cut loose, getting ready for the weekend. The spot that we were standing a second ago, I like for 2 reasons. One, it is pretty much the most direct path to the end of the pier from whenever you enter the beach. And 2, because I don't remember what days, but a lot of times Willie will come out of his house/store at 5 o'clock and muscle his way into your spot. So like he stands behind you, he gets all flustered, and then he, you know, just basically pushes his way in front of you and starts fishing, which is just funny. So we're catching nothing but sardines right now, so we are due for an eel, everybody. So we'll see. I know what's gonna happen, which you don't, so you gotta keep watching. This is our first eel right here. I wasn't sure when I first was doing this whether it was an eel or a halibut, because I think they both kind of jump around a little bit, but that was eel number 1. And this is not eel number 2. I think it's an anchovy. Yep. Anchovy. And now it's 6:30. The eel gives us 54 energy, as you saw right there, which isn't all that fantastic, considering it's a fish that you can only catch at some parts of the day, and it kind of jumps around. You'd think that it would give you a little bit more reward for your effort, but not a big deal. What do we get here? Another sardine, but it was an iridium quality sardine, so at least that is good. And it's 7:10. there's a seaweed, and I do not plan on fishing past 8, I thought to myself, and immediately get a quick bite, and it's eel number 2. So, as soon as we reel this one in, we're going to head back to the farm. Actually, no, we are going to head to the community center. We'll drop off one of the eels for the night fishing bundle. And I think we drop off a sardine for the ocean bundle. Then we go home. And once we're home, we can just burn through our energy cleaning up rocks or whatever. And then hit the sack. So. And tomorrow, like I said, we got the Egg Festival. We will dominate the Egg Festival. But it's going to be a short day because we don't have to do a ton of work before we just head to the festival. And then once the festival's over, they send you home. It's 10 o'clock. We'll just plant the strawberries and go to bed. So this will be a little bit shorter episode than usual because of how short day number 2 is going to be. So we are slowly cutting into the community center bundles. It will start to pick up whenever we get more money and more, we'll get deeper into the mines and we'll have better tools and stuff so that we can start crafting other items. We can afford the coop, the barn, and animals to put into those things. So that's when you start really hammering away at the bundles. So there you go. I think we are ready to move on for tomorrow. So now we're just basically getting organized. We still have some energy to burn though, so we got to do that. Sell our fishes here. So we spent $1,000 on the rare seed, and that put us at $49.26 in cash. So we'll end up with a decent amount. 50 plus strawberries is not that bad. They'll yield us pretty good ROI, although I think they take like a week to grow. I can't remember how many harvests we'll get out of them, but it should be enough money to get us pretty well set for the summer. You see there, I can't break those big rocks yet, even though I've upgraded the pickaxe, so I'll need to upgrade it again in order to clear those out. And then I'll need to upgrade my axe a couple of times to be able to clear out the hardwoods. So you've got the stumps and the log. You can't get those logs or stumps until you have upgraded. So, which kind of sucks because that hollow log up by the pond is kind of in the way of my preferred area for my tree farm. So we can start the tree farm before that. I just like to kind of do them all at once. I don't really know why, because realistically they grow at sort of a random pace. With fruit trees, they take exactly one season to grow. With maples, oaks, and pines, they grow, I think, so there's some randomness to it, bottom line. I don't know exactly how it works, but there's like every day a certain percent chance that they move to the next progression. So, alright, that is it for this episode. Or not this episode, this day. So, let's see, tomorrow we will need the hoe, the fertilizer, and the watering can. So we'll put this other stuff away. I should have kept out the pickaxe and the axe. Excuse me. Possibly the scythe, because we will use those things to burn through our energy tomorrow. Tried to pet Cooper there, but already had apparently. And then we move our floor mat because you don't wipe your feet by your bed. You wipe your feet when you come in the door. Oh, we are up to level 5 fishing. And we chose the option to make our fish worth 25% more. The other option was to make it where when you craft crab pots, you don't need as many resources. To me, that's not as valuable because we're not going to do much of that anyway, especially not early in the game. So we can get an immediate return on investment by selecting the fish option. So that's what we did. Okay, man. So we've got 5,800 bucks on the dot. So we will be buying 58 strawberry seeds at the festival. And just a word to the wise for those of you watching, you should probably buy your strawberries immediately upon arrival to the festival, because if you forget and do the egg hunt, you don't get the option to buy them after the egg hunt. As soon as the egg hunt's over, they show the winner and you get sent home. So the reason why I bring that up is I am actually playing this day that you are seeing right now for the second time because I screwed up and didn't buy the strawberries as soon as I got there, and then realized it whenever they sent me home and had to do the day all over again. I was not about to do all that talking about strawberries for the first several episodes and then not buy them. So that's a little bit of a cheat. Honestly, I made a mistake, but it was one that made me so angry that I was not about to accept it. So you see here, we plotted out, there's 39 spots in this top row. One of those is occupied by the green beans, so that leaves me with 38 up top. Excuse me, I'm going to get a drink here. And then 20 in the stretch down below there. That'll give us our 58. And that's that. So you saw we tilled, we put down our fertilizer. That'll give us more valuable strawberries whenever they are ready for harvest. So that's good. The cauliflower should be ready in the next couple days. I can't remember exactly what day we planted them, but I think they take like 10 days to grow or something like that, and we got to be getting pretty close. Actually, no, it would have been, you got access to the, when did we get access to the community center? And then it was a day or two after that that we went and dropped off our first bundle. So it might still be 3 or 4 days away. But, alright, we're done there. Now we're going to go bust some rocks and such. Then we will head to the festival. And like I said, this will be a fairly short episode because this day is gonna, mostly be done as soon as we burn our energy. The egg festival doesn't take too long, and then they send you home. We run around and drop strawberry seeds and go to bed. And then our plans for tomorrow, I'll give you a little sneak peek. Not tomorrow in real time, tomorrow in game time. Tomorrow is Haley's birthday, so we will give her a gift, and that will put her back on top of my list of friends. So there's that. Tomorrow is also Sunday, which means the traveling cart is going to be coming by. We will probably go look at the traveling cart, even though we won't have any money because we're spending it all today. And with my luck, there will probably be 5 rare seeds there because I like them and I want to buy them, and the game will do that just because it knows that I don't have enough money for them. You wait and see. This is me being negative. Maybe they won't be there, maybe it'll just be 1, but I'm betting there's going to be 5. So, alright, here we are at the Egg Festival. And this time, I almost forgot. I started talking to Shane on my way to go talk to everyone else, and then I was like, wait a minute, buy the strawberry seeds. So you can see some other stuff that you can buy here, but it's all decorations, nothing functional. So We get our strawberries. We are now broke, and we go talk to everybody. So this will build your friendship points a little bit, I believe. And the reason I like to do it is because, you know, some people just skip it because it's really, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. But it doesn't cost you any game time because the clock is not moving once you get to the festival. So here we go. Talking to everybody. And then, oh, I like this one. This is my favorite. You kind of sneak back around here and you can spook Pierre because he's like not expecting anybody to come from behind. Boom! Hey, how'd you get back here? Don't touch anything. You got it, Pierre. Just razzing you. Calm down. You don't have to yell at me, Pierre. We're all here to have fun. Except for Harvey. He's here to talk about your physical and mental well-being. So, Sebastian there. I forget who all competes in the contest with you. I know Jazz and Vincent. And then I want to say Abigail is one of them, and I don't remember beyond that. But it's just unusual that you got kids squaring off against adults in a contest that has, you know, a prize on the line, which the straw hat, not a big deal. But after the first time you win, it becomes $1,000. And there's no way I'm going to let a kid beat me if there's $1,000 on the line. So, yet another example of how Lewis, who I assume is in charge of the Egg Festival activities, just doesn't really do the best job of managing this town. So I think I talked to everybody. I might have missed George and Evelyn, but whoops if I did. George would have probably said some snooty, grumpy remark anyway. I don't, you know, for those two to be married is just like, they are yin and yang if there ever was such a thing. Because Evelyn's a sweet old lady. George is just a grumposaurus. So, alright, Egg Festival is on. Now, you can follow my path as an example of how to win this, but frankly, there's a lot of ways to do it. You saw the egg that I got there that's kind of hidden by the fence. You can pretty much just run around the map and you'll probably get enough eggs to win. But it never hurts to kind of have a plan and make sure you get more than enough to win, which is what we're going to do here. I think you need 9 to win, and we'll end up with, I want to say 11, maybe 12. Let's see, this will be 8. 9 up here, and then there's 2 that are going to be back by Pierre's booth. So we'll have 11, and that will win the Egg Festival in dominant fashion, because I think there's only like 17 eggs on the entire map. I think the most you can possibly get is like 14, and that's if you are like, you know exactly which way to go to get that many. But wow, look at all these eggs, says Lewis. Now, if only I could get you kids to pick up litter. See, Lewis, you gotta take some responsibility, man. You're always blaming it on the youngsters in town. Typical of the older generations to say, when I was a kid, I went out and I did this and that, and I walked uphill in the snow to school both ways. And sure, you know, you're responsible for raising this generation. So if you don't like them, maybe that's a reflection of your leadership. So, alright. We got our straw hat, pop that on, we're going to plant our seeds, and that is going to do it for this episode. So, pretty sure we counted right in terms of our plots. So, like I said, we got some stuff going on tomorrow, Haley's birthday, and the traveling cart, and we'll figure some other stuff out to do. Sunday is Queen of Sauce Day, so you got to watch TV and get your recipe. But y'all, that will do it for this episode. I appreciate you watching. Drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and be sure to comment below. And we will see you all next time.